Everyone, pkmnMasterWheeler here, back with another exciting episode of Pikmin 1. Last time, we did some stuff in the Forest Navel. This time, I think we can go back to the Forest of Hope and clean it up. What do you think, Tails?
I think I still can't figure out if those little ships that the Pikmin are riding on are like bugs or not. Because they kind of look like they could totally be bugs. Like, look at those little legs they got. They're not legs, but like they're legs. You know?
They do look pretty buggy.
They're bugging me.
Dork.
How dare you? Are you just mad because I stole it from you? Because that's a truly you line.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh right, we've been gone a while, so everything's back. Oh, there's more things here now. Let's see. First off, let's check the... Oh, Lordy. I just remember what's here. What's left here. It's like, oh yeah, we can clear out everything here. We can
clean it up a bit, looking at the map.
We can maybe get to the things here.
Lyra.
What's
Question
snacking?
for you. How do you feel talking about the recent Nintendo announcement stuff?
Alright, no issues with it.
Okay, cool. Neat. So, there's something I realized, like, looking at Pikmin and looking at the announcement for the actual Mario RPG stuff coming out. And it's that, like, Nintendo really does seem to be the only AAA company making, what were they called? Like B games. And this isn't meant to be worse games. It's meant games made for a smaller audience on a smaller budget. And typically those used to be really prevalent, like on every system. Every company understood that those were important. They usually also have faster development times. They're not made on the hardest. They were usually made specifically with programs that were very well known, engines that were very well known, and all that. And you know, they're made for like quicker, easier, and just less money overall. And you know, it's good in between big AAA games. And it's like, I was so surprised about the announcements and stuff because I'm like, man, nobody ever makes games like this anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's right, Nintendo didn't just completely ditch the concept. So it's literally like indie studios and Nintendo are the only ones making these games ever now.
Which I saw this post on Twitter. I was like, man, how is Nintendo like dragging the rest of the console around like a dog with their 8-year-old tablet? Gosh dang it. And I guess that's why. Speaking of which, Russian Vesper adds, I guess they're not as smart in this game. That's not what Russian Vesper said. That's me lamenting my dead Pikmin. Russian Vesper said that only company making any games. What have Sony and Microsoft been doing recently?
The only thing Sony or Microsoft has been doing is doing remasters, which are hardly even remasters of previous gen games. That's it. That's all. Oh, I forgot that the little Pikmin turn like flesh colored when they're not listening to you anymore.
That's fine.
Terrible decision, really.
Funny enough, I do think they have a better coloring when they're idle in the next game, and the 2 games after that as well. I do believe the flesh color was a Pikmin 1 exclusive.
And I just say, I do love the idea of a visual to let you know that they're idling. It's just not that. It's just not that visual. Just not that exact choice. let's see. Oh wait, I was incorrect. They haven't just been making remasters of stuff. Sony has been busy being stupid and destroying one of their most popular games with Helldivers 2, and then Microsoft has also been buying up smaller studios to shut them down, and then complain that they don't have small stuff to make award-winning games.
Yep.
So, like, they're not just not making games, they're actively making everything worse together.
The worst part of the Microsoft thing is, you might be like, oh man, it really sucks for the developers of like Hi-Fi Rush that they got screwed over like that. So wouldn't it be nice to just like go mass purchase their game to support them? They don't own that game anymore. All that money is going directly to Microsoft now.
That hurts me so. Oh, that's painful. So anyway, they've been actively making it worse. That's what they've been doing. They've been working together, and in different ways. Like, that's my fun part, is it's not like they're just doing it in the uniformly business person way. They both decided to be like, what if we chose different ways to make the market awful? And they decided to go with it. And you know, I was gonna say something snippy here about you gotta respect like the dedication to being awful, but no, stop it. Get some help, both of these companies. Cease. Stop being awful. Or at least, God, leave other game studios alone while you do it, please.
No, don't crunch them! I think they got crunched.
No.
Also, I have no idea how this singular red Pikmin got here, but they're here now.
They're here to help with the attack force. They're the strong one. Oh.
Oh, there we go. It's back now.
This made something incredibly random pop into my head. Lyra.
1 second. Sagittarius, this was a gift from my son. He must be very worried about me. I forgot to poke it to see what it gets. Oh, I've recovered 12 out of 30 parts, increasing the dolphin's capability. My search can now cover a wider area.
He has a son?
He has a son and a daughter, actually. So what were you saying, Tails?
Yeah, I'm sorry, hold on, I'm processing. I'm having a whole moment here of the fact that this man who got scammed into this terrible spaceship has children waiting at home! Okay, I've processed it. What was I saying, Lyra? Oh, so random question for you. Have you ever, like, had a song you enjoy, maybe from a movie, maybe you heard it casually somewhere, and then you go and you listen to, like, an official version, like, not in the movie or soundtrack, or, like, it's separated from game audio and found new things to, like, enjoy about it?
Probably. I can't remember any, but I definitely had, like, things I've, like, either didn't like or didn't like as much. Oh, there's a small one. Until I heard it outside the game. Why do you ask?
I recently had 2 instances of it. One was the song Surface Pressure from Encanto, which I'd only ever really listened to in the movie itself, or like the scene of that movie, like on their official channel. And I happened to listen to it from the soundtrack. And you know, that song is all about how the main character's older sister is under constant pressure, and barely keeping it together. In the movie, especially at the beginning of it, there's a lot of sound effects and there's a lot of there's a lot of the main character talking to her in the little quiet moments, because like, I'm the strong one, I'm not nervous, I'm as tough as the crust of the earth is, and like there's a pause. And in the movie, Mirabelle's like, oh, weren't saying you weren't, or something like that, and stuff like that. When you listen to it on the official soundtrack with none of the sound effects and none of Mirabelle talking, she's actually kind of panting and like taking like she's taking really nervous breaths. Like she says that line of like, it was tough as the crust of the earth is, and she's like so it's like you really get the sense that like she is right at the start. Those pauses aren't for emphasis, they're for her. She is saying these lines and she's taking like these big nervous keeping it together breaths as she's trying to explain how together she is. And I was like, oh, that's incredibly powerful. So I love that song way more just for that little bit. And then another one wasn't quite the same, but it was something where I hadn't. It's a song. It's a Vocaloid song that I have listened to. I've never listened to it with headphones on. It's just been in passing in background when I put on like a playlist while I'm cleaning or something. And it recently came up with headphones, and the basis of the song is about rumors. And when you put on headphones, you can actually when the character is spreading rumors, you can actually hear other characters saying, that's not true, or that's not what happens, or no, I'm not like that, like really low under the music in response to the rumors. And I think that's also really neat.
Super neat.
So I was just one of those things where it's like, you know, if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd have 2. But it's weird that it happened like twice within like a week that this happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for all of you who haven't listened to Surface Pressure, not as the scene from the movie, please go listen to it from the soundtrack, because those little pauses where it sounds like Louisa is just gathering herself up to continue singing about how strong she is, mwah, beautiful angst. Also, hello, Kit.
Hello.
Where did you guys go? They're beating it up. I'm proud of them.
God, I'm gonna be dating the worst one tomorrow, aren't I? Gosh, dang it. Oh. Well, I done messed up, didn't I?
What is that thing? Oh no! Oh, your dudes! Why are your dudes? Your guys!
It's fine.
Also, I know in theory you absolutely do not need like that still was a fraction of your dudes, but I'm still thinking of like last time when you're like, I'll never need another blue one again. And then so I ended up watching a third of the ones you had on the field get wiped out.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
Kit says, why does your new Discord profile pic look like Frisk from Undertale? This isn't new. I've had this profile pic for a while now. 1 and 2.
It's for Lily.
I don't know. It's for Lily specifically. No, this was actually somebody drawing very lovely fan art of my, the main character of my comic.
At last, my radiation canopy. This turns the harsh radiation of deep space into soft infrared rays that are easy on the body. I'll sleep up like a baby once I get this back on the ship. So anyways, he's like blasting into like the upper atmosphere with nothing between him and the wind rushing by his face until now.
This man has children.
He does.
I really hope he has any kind of other adults there in that relationship with the children.
But he has a wife as well.
Oh, thank God. he seems like a good guy, but like I don't trust him not to leave the baby somewhere, sort of vibes, you know?
Mana mentioned this last stream, but here he is just like some guy. Like you didn't get stuck with like some heroic event. This is just some guy who got walloped by a meteor while in space one day.
I do love the vibe. I do love the vibe of like he's from a society clearly that space travel is at the point where you can get wrecked by a used car salesman. Like, he's just some guy. He clearly didn't steal it. He just got a lemon of a spaceship, and that kind of tells a lot about the world.
Radiation canopy. I have to inspect it later to make sure it hasn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. That's 13 of 30. Weren't quite able to get the last one, although I wasn't rushing because I knew I wasn't going to be able to beat 2 bosses in one day. Also, Kit said, Tails, are you Frisk? And Lily said, Frisk from Undertale, wheeze.
There we go. There he goes. You know, I haven't been paying attention.
Oh.
Does the ship actually gain its parts as you find them?
It does. I believe most of the parts we have stuck onto the ship thus far have actually shown up on the outside.
That's cool.
Yeah, there have been like a few screws and gears that happened, but for the most part, all of them have. Yeah.
That's neat. I love that.
Yeah. Also, 7 days since impact, I've managed to increase the range of the dolphin. Looking from the dolphin's portal as it launches even higher into the sky, I see a vast wetland in the deepest parts of the forest. There's a called the distant spring. I can begin my exploration of it tomorrow. For now, I'm asleep. We still have over 100 blue Pikmin after that.
Beautiful.
Save complete.